You've stood in front of the mirror, looked at your hair, and felt something was just off. Not broken, not terrible, just quietly wrong. And you couldn't name it. Here's what nobody tells you. The hairstyle you've been wearing for years may be the single biggest thing adding age to your face right now. Not your skin, not your clothes, your hair. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we're perfecting your hair, and by part 3, you'll want to pause and look in the mirror. I mean it. We're covering 5 hairstyle mistakes that silently age you, from the cut that flattens your face to the color technique that drains your glow. And the very first mistake? I see it on 9 out of 10 women over 50. Let's go. Part 1. The round layer cut that collapses your cheekbones. Have you ever left a salon feeling like something went wrong, but you couldn't explain what? Your stylist was kind, the cut looked fine in the chair, and yet within a week, something about your face felt heavier, rounder, older. Here is what happened. The round layer cut, those soft, uniform curl underlayers that have been popular for decades, is quietly one of the most aging shapes a woman over 50 can wear. And most women have no idea it is doing this to them. This is the one that made a client of mine stop mid-sentence and ask what on earth had changed when she finally let it go. You deserve to know this now. Round layers create a circular frame around the face. That circular frame echoes and amplifies roundness in the face itself, softened jawlines, fuller cheeks, any puffiness near the eyes. Your bone structure gets hidden instead of celebrated. And when your bone structure disappears, age rushes in to fill the space. Why this ages you? The rounded outline adds visual weight exactly where you do not need it, along the jaw and below the cheekbones, while covering the areas that would lift your whole face. The fix is not dramatic. It is directional. Ask your stylist for layers that fall on an angle, longer at the front, shorter toward the back. That diagonal line pulls the eye upward and outward. It creates the illusion of lift without a single needle or procedure. Honestly, it is one of those changes that makes people ask if you lost weight. If you are still wearing a full rounded curl under shape, swap it for a soft A-line or angled lob. The difference is immediate. Your jaw looks more defined, your cheekbones read higher, and your whole face takes on a natural elegance that the round cut was literally smothering. Maintenance tip. Ask your stylist to revisit the angle at every trim. Even a centimeter of drift back toward rounded can undo the effect within 2 cuts. This one is everything. Keep your layers long enough to graze the collarbone in front. That length is doing more work for your face than any product ever could. Coming up in part 2, the hairline framing mistake that makes eyes look smaller and faces look longer. It is more common than you think, and fixing it takes minutes. Part 2, the heavy fringe that shrinks your eyes and ages your forehead. Let's talk about something you may have been told is flattering. Something that gets recommended constantly to women over 50. Something that, on the wrong face, quietly takes years of youth and hides them under a curtain of hair. The heavy blunt fringe. The full thick bang. There is one thing about this cut that changes how your entire face reads. And it has nothing to do with whether the bang is long or short. It is the weight. A heavy fringe creates a strong horizontal line across your face. And horizontal lines do the one thing we are always trying to avoid. They cut the face in half. They shorten the forehead, compress the eye zone, and make the eyes themselves, your most expressive feature, those beautiful eyes, appear smaller and set deeper. Why this ages you? The heaviness adds shadow directly over the eye area. That shadow reads as hollowness. And hollowness around the eyes is one of the fastest visual signals of age. This is the one I wish someone had whispered to me 10 years earlier. If you love the idea of a fringe, and many women do, the swap is this. Move from a heavy blunt bang to a wispy, piecewise fringe. Thin, airy, slightly irregular. The kind that parts naturally and lets light reach your forehead and upper eye zone. That light is what makes eyes look lifted and awake. If you are still wearing a thick curtain bang cut straight across, swap it for a soft curtain fringe parted gently in the center, or swept to one side. The openness this creates around your temples adds width, lifts the brow area visually, and makes your whole face look fresher. You needed to hear this. Maintenance tip. A wispy fringe grows out more gracefully than a blunt one. You can extend your time between trims by simply sweeping it differently as it lengthens. The difference between a fringe that ages you and one that refreshes you is 3 snips and a slightly lighter hand with the scissors. Part 3 is where it gets personal. We're talking about the hair color mistake that drains your natural glow and makes your skin look dull even on your best days. Part 3. The hair color that drains your skin and dulls your whole face. This is the one nobody talks about at the salon. And it is happening to more women than I can count. You spent real money on your color. You sat in that chair, trusted your colorist, walked out feeling good. And yet, in photos in natural light, in the bathroom mirror at 10 a.m., something about your skin looks tired, gray, flat, like the color is fighting your face instead of lifting it. Here is the truth. All over flat color is one of the most aging things a woman over 50 can put on her hair. There is one technique that changes how your entire face reads in person and on camera, and it takes your colorist exactly 4 minutes to place it correctly. It is dimension. Specifically, face framing highlights placed just around your hairline, temples, and the very front sections of your hair. Why this ages you? Flat, single process color, especially when it goes darker or deeper all the way to the roots, creates a helmet of one shade. That one shade reflects light uniformly, and uniform light reflection makes skin look flat, dull, and heavy. It absorbs your natural glow instead of amplifying it. The fix is not a full highlight. It is strategic. 2 or 3 shades woven into just the front sections, 1/2 shade lighter than your base, 1 slightly warmer near the face. That warmth bounces light back onto your cheekbones and jaw, and creates the illusion of natural light coming from within your skin. Honestly, it is the closest thing to a non-surgical facial I have ever seen, and most women do not know it exists. If you are still doing all-over flat color at home or at the salon, swap it for face-framing babylights or a soft money piece highlight. The glow this adds to your complexion is immediate and unmistakable. Yes, that's simple. Maintenance tip. Face framing highlights need a refresh every 10 to 12 weeks. Not full color, which means less time and less expense at the salon. Part 4 is the one that surprised me most when I first discovered it. The haircut length mistake that makes necks look shorter and shoulders look heavier than they are. Part 4. The cut length that shortens your neck and widens your shoulders. Bold truth. There is a hair length that sits at the absolute worst possible point on the neck, and it is one of the most common lengths women over 50 request at the salon. It is the chin length bob. Not the lob. Not the pixie. The exact chin length cut that ends right at the widest point of the jaw. You have probably worn it at some point. Many women have. It feels safe, classic, easy to maintain. But here is what it is quietly doing to your silhouette. There is something happening at that chin line that almost nobody talks about. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. When a haircut ends exactly at the jaw, it draws the eye horizontally across the face at that point. It creates a visual stop, a hard edge, that widens the jaw, shortens the visible neck, and makes the shoulders read heavier by comparison. Your neck is one of the most elegant defining features you have, and this cut covers it. Why this ages you? A shortened, visually compressed neck makes the whole upper body look heavier. It removes the long vertical line that reads as posture, grace, and length. The fix is one of 2 directions, and both work beautifully. Go shorter than the chin by 2 inches, landing above the jaw in a true short bob, which clears the neck entirely. Or go longer, past the collarbone, which creates a vertical line that elongates the neck and draws the eye downward and inward rather than across. This is the one that made a friend stop me in the middle of a restaurant and ask if I had done something to my face. If you are still wearing an exact chin length cut, swap it for either a sharp jawline clearing bob or a soft collarbone length lob. Both choices free your neck and restore the vertical line your silhouette deserves. Maintenance tip. Ask your stylist to cut slightly above or well below the jaw. Never at it, and revisit every 6 weeks to maintain whichever direction you choose. Part 5 is the finish. And it is the one mistake that unravels everything else you have done right. Do not skip it. Part 5. The texture mistake that makes hair look older than your face. Stop for a moment. Think about your hair right now. Not the cut, not the color, just the texture. Is it stiff? Slightly crunchy. Does it move as one solid piece when you turn your head? If you answered yes to any of those, this part is specifically for you. Stiff, overset, overly sprayed hair is the single fastest way to date yourself. And not by 5 years. By 20. And the cruelest part? Most women use products to make their hair look more polished, not knowing that the polish itself is the problem. There is something your hair is communicating right now that has nothing to do with the cut or the color. And it is the first thing people notice even before they register your face. Movement. Or the absence of it. Young hair moves. It catches light differently from moment to moment. It has variation. Some strands slightly lighter, some slightly darker, some waving gently and some falling straight. The moment hair stops moving and starts behaving as a single rigid form, it reads as old, heavy, dated. Why this ages you? Stiff texturized or oversprayed hair creates the visual impression of a wig. And nothing adds age faster than hair that does not look like it belongs to a living, breathing, moving person. The fix is about what you remove, not what you add. Swap heavy hold spray for a flexible hold mousse or a light serum. Let your hair dry in a way that preserves its natural variation, diffused, air-dried, or softly blown with a round brush rather than a flat brush that smooths every strand into submission. Honestly, the day I stopped trying to control every piece and just let my hair have some life, that was the day people started asking what I was doing differently. Your natural texture, encouraged rather than suppressed, is what gives your hair that effortless quality that no amount of spray can create. Swap rigid hold for flexible movement. Swap stiff polish for soft shine. That contrast, the slight natural variation in how the light catches each strand, is what makes hair look healthy, youthful, and real. Maintenance tip. Once a week, give your hair a full rest from heat and product. Clean hair with a light conditioning oil allowed to dry naturally resets both texture and movement. You now have everything you need. Let's land this. You just learned 5 hairstyle truths that most women spend years and thousands of dollars at the salon figuring out on their own. The round layers hiding your cheekbones. The heavy fringe compressing those beautiful eyes. The flat color draining your glow. The chin length cut shortening your neck. And the stiff texture stealing your hair's natural life. You did not just watch a video. You changed how you will look the next time you sit in that salon chair. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 mistakes were you making without even knowing it? I read every single one. Next time, we are uncovering the accessory mistake that adds 10 quiet years to even the most elegant outfit. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I will see you in the next one.